Determination, bravery, sacrifice. Words with a meaning. Even in an apocalyptic world like this, humanity is on the verge of extinction. There is only small hope. Only a small ember in this barely beatable darkness. Lucia is her name. She once lived happily together with her little sister Luna and her parents, until the punishing virus broke out, which took their parents. But she made a promise to protect Luna, her little sister, at all cost. Both fought for survival each day, looking for food or a place to stay temporarily. Even if Luna didn't really understand the situation they were in, Lucia always tried to make the best out of every day, just for her. On one day, they were found by a nun who's taking care of children. You can see it as an orphanage, in which they became orphans from now on. In this orphanage, which is a church, the children had to work to get the food, and as the older sister, Lucia decided to work more to take care of her little sister. Luna felt bad ever since, because she wanted to help too. Lucia could not let that happen though. She made a promise, so she responds every time with,
"I'll do the risky parts, okay?"
After a while, the other children noticed that Luna is stacked on food. A few asked if they can borrow some, which they would repay one day. Obviously, they won't keep their promise. But Luna decided to share some food anyway. The next day, Lucia was wondering why so much food was missing, in which Luna told her that she borrowed some to other children, but they will repay it back someday. Lucia grabs Luna's hand and rushes to the main hall, screaming,
"Who took the food from Luna? Show yourself!"
Nobody responded, or even looked at them. She grabs one of the crowd, screaming,
"It was you, am I right? Give her the food back!"
The child stuttered. There's nothing more left. And the rest I have is barely enough for myself. Lucia, visually angry, went back to the room together with Luna. And on the same night they sneaked out of the church to look for more food. This mission will not be an easy one. Out in the wild are a lot of corrupted. They encounter some, Lucia takes care of them. She grabs her knife and defends herself and her little sister. But the fight is tough. So tough that they had to take a rest in the wide open. A soldier and a tall guy with white hair found them wandering around the wide land. They brought them to the base nearby to help them recover and to have a temporary place to stay. The tall guy with white hair turns out to be called Nicola. Nicola tells Lucia about the place where the virus haven't taken over. A place where they could live. This place is called Babylonia. One thing he also explains to them both is that they have a chance to become constructs, which are robotic bodies with a human consciousness. That might be the only chance to save humanity. Nicola said. They returned to the church with a good supply of food. The following day, Lucia noticed that Luna was missing. She ran to the main hall of the church asking,
"Has anybody seen Luna?"
As someone answered, "The man in black clothing took her this morning." Without even thinking, Lucia rushes to the base and asks Nicola about it. Just to find out that Luna agreed to the construct procedure behind her back. On the question if she could see Luna, Nicola had to told her that the procedure failed at the end due to a rising surge of the virus. So they had to dispose her. Lucia stuttered.
"Dispose her? Where is she? Where is Luna? I need to see her!"
You can't anymore, Nicola answered. We had to dispose her, for our all safety. I'm sorry. Emotionally broken down, Lucia ran out in the wild again, crying in grief and guilt.
"Luna? Why did you do that? I was supposed to protect you. This is all my fault. Luna? Nothing has meaning anymore. I don't want to be in this world."
Watch out! Nicola screamed, as Lucia was broken down in the cold snow. A corrupted is right in front of you. You need to fight, Lucia. Don't let Luna's sacrifice be in vain. Nicola threw the katana to Lucia.
I just wanted it all to end. There's no meaning without Luna.
Lucia picks up the weapon and slices the corrupted in pieces. Driven by her emotion, she channeled the anger and misery and used it to kill. Not sure what to do now, she agreed to undergo the procedure of becoming a construct too. After all, nothing really matters to her now. Her whole purpose is gone. And even worse, she broke the promise she made to her parents. Even though Lucia might not see it, but to Nicola, Lucia is the small ember. The small, yet bright flame that could carve a path through the darkness. A good while passed as Lucia got a new construct frame reassigned. Nicola had a plan for the future, so he decided to upload a second consciousness to her MIND. Lucia was noticing the presence. Yet, she can't really see or remember those memories. They are blurred. Being alone in the Babylonia's base, isolated from all the other groups, she's questioning why she's even here, what her purpose is. Her construct body also shows some kind of human reaction. She saw no humanity in herself. Even that the higher people said as a proof that their minds would still be human. Isolated from all the other constructs, she was found by a commandant that is dressed like all the others. The commandant asked if she belonged to the group called Grey Raven, in which she could not reply due to a malfunction in her throat. But the commandant was not pushing her for an answer. On the question if she is alone, she answered,
It's just me.
That's the most she could bring up now, as the commandant spoke about him also being a bit alone from the others. He asked for her name, in which she responded,
Lucia.
Lucia didn't understand how a Top Gun commandant as we are choose her, especially amongst all the other groups of constructs. We're fine the way we are. Something Lucia heard a lot from the commandant. But she felt the germination of something she used to call emotions a long time ago. Lucia learned about the feelings of joy by getting presents from the commandant, even though she thinks she does not deserve it. She's feeling guilt and don't know how to repay this kindness. But the commandant always answered, just smile. She felt sadness, not for herself, but for the commandant who constantly gets slandered on. She felt anger. She got sent to a training room where other constructs were already waiting. They wanted a battle, and the stakes are to give the commandant to them. Lucia didn't even think twice as she shows the constructs how it's done. As they are all downed, she said,
Commandant is mine!
Time passes as Lucia passed all the requirements to be deployed in battle. Nicola made a choice to finally deploy her together with her teammates. As Lucia enters the room, she recognizes two unfamiliar faces, which turns out to be her teammates. After quite a silence, Lucia began to introduce herself.
My name is Lucia, codename Lotus. I'm adept with one-handed swords. Nice to meet you.
The blue and black clothed young man stepped forth.
I'm Lee. My identification number is BPN-06. Codename Palefire. I prefer dual guns and am adept at close and medium range.
Only one member was left. She's a little shy, but still introduced herself to the group.
Hi, my name is Liv. My identification number is BPN-08. Codename Eclipse. I use levitation cannons. Nice to meet you all.
Lucia said.
So this is the new Grey Raven.
Even that she feels that something is dragging her down in her MIND, which she can't nail the head on, they fight together in this wasteland of a world to save humanity. To be the hope to reclaim the once called home from the virus. Let's just hope history doesn't repeat itself.